It's a bright and sunny day and we are in the state of Rajasthan with this, the all new WagonR from the stables of Maruti Suzuki. It's bolder, it's bigger and it looks very modern. Now the Maruti Suzuki WagonR comes on the 5th generation HEARTECT platform, and this is the 3rd generation of the WagonR in India, which has immense popularity amongst Indian consumers. So to begin things off, let's do it a little differently this time around. I'm going to tell you 5 things I loved about the new WagonR and 5 things I didn't like so much. And then of course we'll move on to the rest of the review. To begin with, let's talk about the 5 things we absolutely loved about the new WagonR. For instance, the design. I think it's a very bold new design philosophy that Maruti Suzuki has implemented on the WagonR. Sculpted and contoured bits, looks very muscular and definitely has a solid road presence. Because it is being built on the HEARTECT platform, the new WagonR is also wider, so the track in the front is wider by 140 mm, the track in the rear is wider by 150 mm, and that creates a lot of space inside the cabin. So definitely comfortable for seating 5 people inside the cabin of the WagonR, makes it a perfect family hatchback. The third thing that we absolutely loved about it is the Connect app that allows rear passengers as well to access features of the infotainment unit and also get other alerts of the vehicle. The fourth thing, Maruti Suzuki has implemented a 1.2 litre 4-cylinder petrol unit. It's a bigger engine than before, highly fuel efficient and is really fun to drive. The last and final bit which we absolutely adored about the all new WagonR is the boot space that has been increased in the new WagonR thanks to the 5th generation HEARTECT platform that Maruti Suzuki has incorporated on the WagonR. So it's longer, the boot is longer by about 17 mm. So you can accommodate oversized luggage and bigger bags in the boot of the new WagonR. Now coming to the points which we did not really like about the WagonR, and trust me, we had to nitpick over here. We couldn't come up with 5 points, but we have come up with 4 things which we felt could have done with some improvement. The first is the lack of an adjustable head restraint on any of the chairs, whether it's the driver or the co-passenger or the rear bench. There are no adjustable head restraints. The second point that we did not like is that the top spec variants also do not come with alloy wheels. You only get a rim and of course a hub that covers the rim, but there are no alloy wheels. The third point which we did not like on the new WagonR is the fact that in the wheel well in the rear there is no plastic covering which protects it from slush, mud, dirt and other elements you encounter while driving on Indian roads. The last point is the fact that when the engine is revving hard and you're driving at high speeds, there is a lot of engine noise which does seep into the cabin. We couldn't find a 5th point, but there it is, ladies and gentlemen, the highlights of the WagonR. Now let's get on with the complete review. Stepping inside this cabin has never been more convenient, and on the new HEARTECT platform, you can easily just slide into your seat. It makes it really comfortable. And once you are seated inside, it doesn't really feel like a WagonR. It feels a lot more premium. Good use of materials all around, dual tone dashboard, very contoured and designer, I must say. And there is this 3D element of this X-shaped console right here in the front. Bold touchscreen infotainment unit which has been housed in this floating dash mounted design. The steering wheel, again a new design, comes with steering mounted controls, which again is a very handy feature to have. Now sitting inside the WagonR, you have great visibility of the outside. All-round visibility as well is good with large ORVMs, and they are electronically foldable as well as adjustable. View from the rear could have been better, but it definitely is generous. Saying that, Maruti Suzuki has added rear parking sensors. However, there is no rear parking camera. Now, Maruti Suzuki has incorporated a new infotainment unit. This unit, of course, can be connected with your smartphone devices via Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. And what you have is a Suzuki Smart Play Studio, which offers multiple functionality including AHA radio, navigation, music, weather. If you're hungry, for spots which are close by where you can stop for a bite, news, sports, and of course downloads as well, all which you can also operate via your smartphone mobile device, and even passengers in the rear can operate the same. You get the standard 12-volt power outlet in the front, USB and aux connectivity, Bluetooth telephony as well with steering mounted controls. So that is another convenient function to have, and I must say this new infotainment unit is very responsive to touch inputs, and it can easily and quickly give you access across a different array of features that you would like to use. Now, Maruti Suzuki has definitely done a good job in terms of the seating comfort for the driver and the co-passenger. This console as well has been shaped to create a little more room for the co-passenger, and the driver side of course is also very comfortable. So a decent amount of bolstering, and you are comfortable even on highway drives through winding roads. Maruti Suzuki has also given a decent amount of back support with decent amount of bolstering on the side, so seating comfort is definitely good. The quality of plastics as well is noticeably better than before, and a bit of an eyesore is this console, which maybe could have been designed slightly better, but of course I am nitpicking. You also have this silver brushed aluminium finish kind of a implementation which surrounds the air conditioning vents. The air conditioning vents, however, don't come with any shut off scroll for if you want to avoid the blower on your side. There is no scroll which you can use to shut it off. You'll just have to turn the vent away from you. Functionality in terms of the steering wheel is also great, and the ergonomics are good, all well within reach of the driver. The steering column is adjustable for height, however it is not adjustable for reach. That said, the driver seat as well can only be adjusted for the position, the seat back as well as the forward movement. There is no height adjustment for the driver's seat, so that is a downside. But then this is a very tall car and the seating is rather high, so I am 5'6" and I'm seated quite comfortably inside the WagonR, and it gives me a good visibility of the road ahead as well. Plenty of storage spaces and cubby holes to hold your knickknacks, water bottles in the side, map pockets as well. On the center floor console also you have plenty of storage space. I really like the way they've incorporated this gear lever which comes up, so your arm is not really down there on the floor, but it is at a very comfortable position up here. Let's hop onto the back and see how it is over there. Now this is where the magic of the HEARTECT platform really comes into play. Not only do you step inside this cabin and sit down quite comfortably, there is an immense amount of space, as you can see. A lot of knee room, a lot of leg room, and that is essentially also because on this 5th generation HEARTECT platform, Maruti Suzuki has increased the wheelbase by 35 mm. So seating comfort is great. Would have liked a bit more of under thigh support, and again an adjustable head restraint in the rear as well, since my head is not really restrained by this headrest which has been designed on the rear bench. Ample amount of space. I mean, it's a really decent amount of space, so even someone who's 6 feet tall would definitely have a lot of headroom. Again, because the WagonR is wider than before, shoulder room has increased, so 4 people very comfortable. 5 people as well will be very comfortable. What I am sorely missing is rear AC vents, which would have been a great addition on the new WagonR. The rear is a little bit plain Jane, but that said, the visibility from these large window panes is great. Visibility of the front is a little obstructed because of these head restraints which have been shaped into the chair. But overall, I think it's a very comfortable space to be in, and that's one of the strongest selling points of the all-new WagonR. So Maruti Suzuki is calling this the big new WagonR, and rightly so. The WagonR is not just spacious on the inside. Once you open the boot, you have a lot of space in the boot as well. The volume inside the boot measures 341 liters. And if you drop down the second row, which is a 60-40 split, then you also have 710 liters of cargo volume, which is immense. Now I do agree the loading lip is high and the boot is rather cavernous, but the space, especially for oversized luggage, is great. And if you really have big luggage, you can just remove the tray and store it in the front or wherever, and you have a lot of space inside the boot of the new WagonR. In the rear as well, Maruti has given it very chic design elements like this chrome slab over here which houses the WagonR logo, and of course a few features that are a rear wiper washer and a defogger as well. So Maruti Suzuki is offering the all new WagonR with 2 powertrain options. You have 1 litre petrol as well as a new 1.2 litre 4-cylinder petrol. The 1.2 litre engine is a more powerful unit, and that's what we are driving today. Maruti is also offering AGS, that is an AMT. Maruti calls it the auto gear shift on the WagonR, which is available with both the 1 litre engine as well as the 1.2 litre engine. Fuel efficiency figures, that is ARAI claimed by Maruti, stands at 22.5 for the 1 litre engine and 21.5 for the 1.2 litre engine. Now this 1.2 litre engine puts out approximately 81.8 HP, and that peaks at 6000 RPM, so it's a high revving engine. Torque figures stand at 113 Newton meters. To drive, it's fairly powerful, especially for city or highway driving. If you want to overtake as well, there are good amount of bandwidth between the gears, and you can play around with them, especially because it's petrol engine and has long legs, so you can push this vehicle rather hard. Maruti Suzuki has also incorporated safety features, which includes ABS with EBD, dual airbags, speed alerts as well. So if you cross 80 kmph, there is a speed alert, and if you cross 120 as well, there is a speed alert. The steering is slightly on the stiffer side, and it's fairly well balanced, easy to maneuver around city traffic in tight parking spaces as well. And the overall comfort of shifting and clutching is not that bad. Fairly simple and smooth gear changes, a really nice and clean gearbox. Braking is facilitated by disc brakes in the front and drum brakes in the rear. The braking is decent, in fact very responsive, especially in panic braking conditions, and the stability as well is quite good thanks to a wider track. So even if you are at high speeds, the WagonR is quite stable. The suspension setup is mildly on the stiffer side, very marginally, gobbles up most undulations and bumps rather well, very well balanced over high speed undulations. When you're going over undulations at higher speeds, fairly well balanced, and you don't really get too unsettled in the driver's seat. For rear passenger comfort as well, the suspension is good and it takes care of most of those bumps and jolts rather well. Now if you want to really get going in a hurry, downshift, but there is a fair amount of noise which you can probably hear as well, which does come in from the engine bay. This is the point that I was mentioning. So I'm doing about 4,500 RPM, and there was a fair amount of noise which was coming in from the engine bay. Aside from that, a little bit amount of wind noise. This is above 100 kmph, but if you are driving around in the city, say between speeds of 60 to 80 kmph, it's rather silent and quiet inside this cabin. So overall, first impressions of the big new Maruti Suzuki WagonR are quite positive. The price point at which it comes in is very lucrative, 4.19 lakh, that is for the 1 litre engine, and of course goes up all the way to 5.65 lakh for the 1.2 with the automatic gear shift variant. Maruti Suzuki is offering this with the 1.2 in the VXI and the ZXI trims, and with the 1 litre engine it comes in with the LXI trim. There are plenty of accessories and features on offer, and it's very interesting to note that the price difference between the 1 litre engine and the 1.2 litre engine is fairly small. The price difference is only about 20k for the VXI variant, so these are of course ex-showroom prices. In terms of dimensions as well, the WagonR is quite broad. So the length of the new WagonR stands at 3655 mm, the height of the WagonR stands at 1675 mm, and the width of the WagonR stands at 1620 mm. It's broader, it's longer and taller than before, and that is probably why Maruti Suzuki is calling it the big new WagonR. The footprint on the road of this new hatchback is quite good. The design is bold, so it is very noticeable. Definitely holds a lot of aspirational value for new buyers or buyers looking to upgrade their vehicles. Plenty of features that will assist you. Navigation, the infotainment unit definitely scores top marks in our review. The cluster as well is nice, it's contemporary and very sporty looking. There is also a digital RPM gauge within that and multiple functionalities. The speedometer is an analog unit. We also did get a chance to drive this a little bit during dusk hours, and the throw of the beam is quite good and decent. So I would say Maruti has really packaged this well, priced it really well. A few features which could have been added do include automatic air conditioning, but of course those are also features which they would have considered while packaging this vehicle. Keyless entry is also being offered on the new WagonR. So overall, I feel the WagonR is definitely worth a look. If you're looking at picking up a hatchback in the A2 segment, you should head to a showroom and check it out. This is available in their Maruti Suzuki Arena showrooms, and you should definitely head to a showroom, check it out today. And if you have any questions or feedback, do hit us up in the comment section below, like this video and share it, and if you haven't done it yet, please do subscribe to the HEARTECT Review for all the latest and most unbiased reviews in the automotive industry. Thanks for watching. Till the next time, bye bye.